So alright guys, so welcome back to my YouTube channel. So guys, so what we're just gonna do today, I'm just gonna be doing some analysis for the upcoming week, what we are expecting from the markets. So now as you can see on your screen, this is AUD USD the 4 hours time frame. Now first of all, as a smart trader, what are you supposed to do in this market? First of all, you're supposed to come into the market, observe the market structure. What kind of market are you seeing? If it's a bullish market or a bearish market, observe the market structure. Then first of all, then you mark out your breaker structures, wait for a pullback down to your 4 hours order block, the middle of your 4 hours order block or your 4 hours order block, and take your entry, waiting for either liquidity or inducement sweep before you take your trade. So all of this confluence, they needs to be active before you take your trade in the first chart. So now if you are looking at this chart, what will be the first thing that will come to your mind? First of all, this is USD the 4 hours time frame. Okay, let's go to daily time frame. Let me go to 1 day. We know that, okay, yes, AUD is on a bullish trend. So now first of all, what I'm expecting is that there's a break of structure from here. There's a good clear break of structure. Now there's a pullback. What is the low that causes break of structure? This is the low that causes break of structure. This is the low. First of all, if you observe, you saw that, okay, yes, as price was moving up, you're taking out the buy side liquidity, pullback, price tapped into this area and moved again, come back, tapped into this area and moved again. So this zone will still be valid. Now leaving liquidity to be present, then this is more like an inducement for me. This is inducement. So what I'm expecting is that I'm expecting price to shoot all the way down to this area, to sweep all of these lows, all these liquidity lows that you're seeing, inducement, to take them and tap this area. Then before we are going to long again, I expect a change of character before we are going to long. So this is my anticipation for this price. This is what I'm anticipating. But this is for the longer run. Yeah, we're still going to be on buy for the longer run. So but for now, what are we expecting for price to do is that we are going to sell. For now, I'm looking to sell, except maybe I see a break around this side. Let's go to 4 hours time frame. So now let me mark my zones of where I'm anticipating to sell from. Now if you go, okay, let's go to 1 hour. Now if you observe, there was a break from here. There was a break of structure from there. There was a break. Now there was also a break from this area. A small break of structure. Now you saw that this area is now inducement. Yes, inducement. So now what I'm expecting is that I'm expecting to short from this area. There's a sweet order block here that's resting around this area. It is on 1 hour order block. 1 hour order block. Now, what I'm expecting price to do, I'm expecting price to shoot all the way up and give us maybe a clear change of character, and then we'll short from there. So this is my anticipation for AUD USD for now, which is this coming week that is coming. So this is what I'm expecting for this week. Now let's go to 12 hours time frame. Let me show you something. Now why am I having the confidence that, okay, yes, this area is kind of valid for the shares? Because there's a fair value gap around this other block. Any other block that you're seeing a gap is telling you that, okay, yes, that other block is very, very valid. As you can see the gap. You can see the gap. The gap is huge. There's a breaker block for me, so I want to take my entry from this breaker block. Then I'll put my stop on top of that high. There's a fair value gap here that price needs to fill there before it's going to drop. So those are part of my confluence that I'm looking at. Okay, yeah, this area is really, really, very valid. So I'm expecting price to shoot all the way up to this area, give us a change of character before you take your trade. Now, as a smart beta trader, what are you supposed to do? After a break of structure, expect a pullback down to your 4 hours order block. or your 1 hour order from 1 hour to 4 hours to take your entries. But now, if you want to take your entries from that other block, you need to go to a lower time frame to wait for your change of character. Okay, time frame to check your change of character is about 1 hour. Maybe like 30 minutes, 45 minutes, 15 minutes in most cases, but I prefer 45 minutes, 1 hour, 2 hours. A good clear change of character before I'm going to take my setup. So now if you observe this price now, break, break. Now there was a pullback. This high now turns liquidity because this pullback is not complete. Okay, now let's check if this pullback is complete with our Fibonacci. Let's see. You see, the pullback is not complete. It did not pass this Fibonacci golden zone level. And then it passed it to this area. But I said, okay, yes, no problem. But it did not pass it. So there now turns liquidity. So if you are, as you are observing, I'm expecting price to sell from here. Now, some of you will be saying, okay, price is supposed to buy. Why I am not convinced about this buy is because I'm not seeing any good area. The price, yes, this is a good order block area. Yes, but this area is like an inducement to me because buyers cannot come into this market like this. This buy is not the kind of buy that we're expecting. So I'm not having that conviction that price will just keep buying for me like this, keep buying. I might be wrong with this setup. We might see that next week price just keep buying and all of that, no problem. But what I'm seeing is that I'm expecting to short from this area. This is what I'm seeing. So now let's go to GBP USD. Let me show you something. GBP USD. Now this is GBP USD. Let's go to daily time frame. I think with GBP USD, we understand what's happening here. Now, if you see GBP USD, you see that yes, still an uptrend. That's AUD. You see AUD USD, GBP USD, Euro USD, NZD USD. No, AUD USD, GBP USD, and Euro USD, they are moving the same way. Now they are all bullish. Now, if you observe, this is the low that we're expecting price to tap into first before we are going to buy from again. So I'm expecting price to sweep out this liquidity, to sweep out these lows that we are seeing here, to sweep out these lows, then before I'm going to long again. This is the ultimate high. This is the ultimate high. This is the ultimate high. And there's another high here. There's another high here. So what we are expecting is that I'm expecting price to shoot down before we're going to buy from here. To shoot down, give us a good clear change of character before we're going to buy. This is what I'm expecting because these are liquidity lows for price to take. Now, some of you will be saying, okay, why am I not saying that, okay, yes, the buyers, they have started, they might just be buying like this? I'm not seeing that kind of thing because I'm not seeing a good area that price start from this area that we're going to expect to buy. I'm not seeing a good area. This area, what price did here was just, the price took out this liquidity here and just moved up. So this area is not really confirmed for me to say, okay, that yes, buyers now, they want to start moving. Now, if you go to, let's go to about 2 hours time frame, there's a gap on this area. You see it? There's a gap on this area. There's a gap on this area that we're expecting price to come and fill before we move. Now look at weak liquidity lows. Price is supposed to come and sweep these lows, then before we take our trade. So now for the shorter term, what I'm expecting is that, first of all, there was a break of structure from here. The manipulations in the market this period is too much. There was a break of structure from here. Now there was an external little break from here again. Now if you saw what price did, there's a fresh other block here that price came to mitigate. Now price came down, price giving us a change of character. We're in 2 hours time frame. Price gave us a change of character. This is the low. A change of character impulsively. Now this is the area that we are anticipating to short from. We can start selling from this area. But now, in other words, we might still see that price might still shoot up before it will sell. Now let's go to 1 hour time frame. I want to show you guys this zone because manipulation on this forex chart is too much. Mind you, if you observe very well, there's still a fair value gap around this area. There's still a gap there. There's still a gap there. So we might see price rally up, take this stop loss, go here, they maybe do something like this, and before we sell off. Now let's go to 2 hours. Why am I having this conviction that this is what is going to happen? Now let's go to Euro USD. If you look at Euro USD, the same thing. You are still going to buy. Let's go to 1 daily time frame. If you see, I think Euro USD chart is really clear. There was the all-time break of structure from here. All-time break. And now this is the low that caused the break. This is the other block that we're supposed to be watching out for. Now this is the last liquidity that we're expecting price to take out before we buy. This is the last liquidity. So now we're expecting price to shoot all the way down here, give us at least a good change of character before we long. So I'm expecting price to take out this liquidity, all these lows, before we're going to long. So now let me go to 4 hours time frame and let me show you the sell area that I'm expecting price to take. Now this is not a good zone that we are going to expect that, okay, yes, buyers, they're into the market, they're in control for now. See what's happening. These are fractals of candlestick. It's telling you that, okay, yes, buyers, they are weak in this market for now. With the way price is moving, look at it now. Buyers are weak, sellers, they are still in control. So now what are you supposed to do as a smart trader? Mark out your break of structure. There was a break here. Now first liquidity taking. Now this is the other block that we're supposed to be watching out for. Because there's a fair value gap there. This is the other block we're supposed to be watching out for. Now this area now turns inducement. Now turns inducement. So now what I'm expecting is that I'm expecting price to move all the way up, give us a good clear change of character first, then before we sold off or before we sell off. Are you seeing? So Euro USD is giving us a clear structure of the sell bias. If you look at it now, first liquidity has been taken. Now this is inducement. A lot of weak investing here for early sellers. People that sold very early around this area, their stop loss is on top here. So they're going to come and sweep out their stop loss, tap this area and drop. Now, why am I still having that conviction that, okay, yeah, this area is really still valid? They see a fair value gap around this other block. Let's go to 1 hour time frame. Let me show you guys what I'm talking about. As you can see, there's a gap. You see, we have gap here. This is the gap. We have gap here. We still have gap here. We still have gap here. This gap is not complete. I know there's a touch from here. So this gap is not yet complete because this gap is more like a trap. So we still have some gaps left. So we might see price rally up. We might see price rally up and tap here before I'm going to drop. So let's go to 4 hours. So this is what I'm anticipating for Euro USD. You sell off from here. You put your stop on top of this high. 1:3. They are good to go. The same thing with GBP USD. So because now for Euro USD, because Euro USD will still be pushing up, GBP USD will also push up. So we might see Euro USD collect this stop loss on top of this side, collect this one on top of this side, and tap here before they are going to sell off. A lot of manipulations are happening in the forex chart this period, so you need to be very smart. Even when you are smart, they can still hit your stop loss. But one thing that will always keep saving you in the forex market is your risk management. Mhm. So if you increase your risk, it still depends on you. Depends on how much are you risking or how much are you willing to risk in any setup that you're seeing. So as Euro USD, as Euro USD will be going up to sweep this high and tap here and drop. That's how GBP USD will also do that and tap the same area and drop. You get? So you need to be very, very active and smart. So let's see what will happen. But normally, GBP is supposed to drop from here because there's a good clear change of character from this area. Impulsiveness. Price broke this low very impulsively, leaving a favorable gap around here. So we are supposed to respect a short from here. But if manipulation comes into the market with maybe Euro USD, as Euro USD is pushing up, GBP USD will also push up also. And when Euro USD wants to fall from that zone, that's if that zone is valid, GBP USD will also fall from here. So let's just stay active and let's see what will happen. Mind you, if you are taking any trade, your risk management is what I will save you. So now let's see other pairs. Let's go to GBP AUD. Let's see. Now for GBP AUD, if you see what GBP AUD is doing, is on a downtrend. So now what are you supposed to do? We're anticipating to sell. Now if you're looking at the structure, there was a break of structure from here. There was a break of structure from here. Now this is the area that we're watching out for. This is the area that we're watching out for. Now leaving inducement. This is inducement. So we're expecting price to get to this area before we're going to short. So let me go to 12 hours time frame. Let me spot a favorable gap area. Or let's go to 1 hour. Okay. Let's use our 1 hour order block from here because there's a favorable gap around this area. Let's use our 1 hour order block from this area. So what I'm expecting is I'm expecting price to shoot up all the way from this area and give us a good clear change of character before we're going to sell off. So this is what I'm anticipating for GBP AUD. It's very, very easy and sweet. Now if you saw what happened, 1 hour there was a little break from here. Liquidity has been swept already. Now this is the liquidity high that caused that break, that small break that we're seeing. This is the liquidity high that causes break. This is the liquidity high. Now you saw what price, the price that swept this liquidity, leaving an inducement for them. So they want to come and sweep this inducement, take out this inducement for early sellers, take them out, give us a change of character around this area that we're going to sell off from here. So you need to be active and smart, and let's see what price is going to do. So now let's go to Euro AUD because these pairs they move the same thing. Euro AUD, they move the same way. Now if you still observe a clear break of structure, a break, leaving liquidity. This one's not swept the liquidity around this area. Now there was another little break from here again, which caused that liquidity that I just marked. There's another little break from here. This is a break from here. Now this is the liquidity. So what we are expecting price to do, we are expecting price to come to this area before we are going to sell off. So we are expecting price to come. This one is now inducement. This one is inducement. So we are expecting price to rally up all the way to this area, give us a change of character, and before we sell off. So this is what I'm anticipating for Euro AUD and GBP AUD. Now if you look at the structure, it is very, very simple. This is just SMC. Now you have done your analysis already. What do you have to do next is to ask yourself that, okay, how much am I willing to risk on this setup? How much am I willing to risk on this setup? So you need to ask yourself. So after asking yourself that, okay, this is the amount that you want to risk, this is your analysis, you have done it already. place your trade and leave it and put your stop loss and let's see how it will go. You understand? So it is very, very easy. Don't bother yourself or trust yourself. There was a break of structure from here. There was an external small break, leaving the liquidity higher. Now this is the other block that caused this external full break of structure. So now we're going to expect price to pull back all the way to this area before we're going to sell off. Now, what is the main confirmation that okay, yes, this sale is going to be valid? Because there's a fair value gap around this other block. Anyway, you are seeing a fair value gap around this other the other block, it's showing that okay, yes, that other block is going to be valid. So price is going to come attack the other block and react and give us a change of character before we're going to sell off or buy off. Depends on the market structure that you're seeing. So this is what I'm anticipating for UAUD and GBP UD. So which other pair? Let's go to GBP CHF. GBP CHF. Now let's go to 1 daily time frame. Let's see what GBP CHF have for us. GBP CHF is selling. So now what do we have to do? We have to sell. So first of all, this is the daily order block. Okay, daily order block has not been tapped. Okay, let's go to 4 hours time frame. Let's go to 4 hours time frame. So as you can see, okay, it is really, really clear. It is clear. So now what you are supposed to do, break of structure, external break of structure, a small external break of structure again, leaving the liquidity area. So first liquidity has been taken already. So now what we are expecting price to do, here's our other block. This is our other block area. So we are expecting price to shoot all the way up. Give us a clear change of character. Then before we are going to sell off. So this is what we are expecting. So this area now turns inducement. So this now turns inducement. So this is what I'm anticipating for GBP CHF. So I'm expecting to sell off, but now some of you will say, okay, the sell has started. This sell is a very, very weak sell. If you see what the sell is doing, it's very, very corrective. It's telling that okay, yes, for now, sellers are not really in control of this market structure. Buyers are still in control. Sellers are not in control like this. Now you see the way sellers were moving, boom. You see the way they were moving, boom. Now you cannot compare this impulsive move with this kind of move. And look at the correctiveness, look at the weak fractals of candlestick, which is telling that okay, sellers are weak. Buyers, they need to be in control now. So if you want to take it for a shorter time, let's go to 1 hour time frame. You can still buy. You can buy GBP CHF, but I'm not going to buy it. But before you buy it, you need to wait for a clear change of character first before you're going to buy. So if you see now, there was a little break from here. Now this is the area that you're going to be watching out for. So after when you see a break from here, just wait for a pullback before you enter. But for now, don't enter, don't buy. Because we might see maybe some manipulation. We might see price just drag it down, do what it has to do, and before it shoot up, or depends. But if you want to buy, you need to wait first for a good, clear confirmation of change of character before you're going to take your trade. Now, one of the good way to understand change of character is when price breaks that low or the high impulsively. That is saying that okay, yes, that change of character is valid. When price breaks the low or the high impulsively, it's saying that okay, yes, now either the buyers or the sellers they are not in control of this market structure. So you need to be smart. You understand? So with these weak sellers telling that okay, the sellers are not in control, look at the correctiveness fractals of candlestick. We might see a shoot up any moment from now, from this week. But let's see how it's going to run. Let me go to 3 hours time frame. So what I'm expecting is that I'm expecting price to do its old jargons around this area, tap here, and maybe just go give a good clear change of character, pull back and move. but this is the trade I want to take. I want to sell from this area. This is what I want to trade. And I'm not trading this buy. This is what I want to trade. So it is what it is. It is what it is. Let's go to AUDCHF. AUDCHF. Now for AUDCHF, okay, I think I've analyzed this market already. Now if you see, let's go to 4 hours time frame. Let's go to daily time frame. Let's see the full time frame before we're gonna know what we are gonna do here. Now if you see, AUDCHF is selling. It's selling. So now this liquidity has been grabbed already. They've taken this liquidity, tap into this daily order block and drop. So I'm expecting to sell from this area. So let's go to 4 hours. So I don't believe this sell. So I'm expecting price to shoot up all the way down to this area again before I'm going to sell off. But this sell is kind of weak. And some of you say, okay, yes, the inducement has been grabbed already. I don't know, but it is what it is. But I don't trust this move. So I just feel like price will still come up and grab them again and tap into this area and drop. And there's still a favor look gap around here. Let's go to 1 hour time frame. Let's be very sure of what we are doing. There's still a gap. There's still a gap in this area. Look at this breaker block. This breaker block has not been mitigated. Price did not mitigate this breaker block, and there's still a gap around this breaker block. So we might expect price to shoot up, tap here, give us a change of character before we're going to sell off. And you cannot compare this kind of sell now. These are fractals of candlestick corrective. You cannot compare this kind of sell and with this kind of move. There are two different kind of move. So he's telling me that what I'm saying with price action is telling me that okay, sellers are not yet in control. Buyers are still in control for the shorter term. So we might just see a move up, sweep all of these highs, tap here and drop. So this is what I'm anticipating for AUDCHF. Now let's check gold, XAUUSD. Now, the gold is tanking up, Gold is just running, like gold is bagger. Now we see what gold is doing. There was a break from here. There was a break. There was a break from here. Now another break again. Another break again. Now when this break came up, price pulled back to the breaker block and shoot up again to take out this breaker structure. Now this breaker structure, see what price did. Price swept liquidity under this low. Let's go to 2 hours time frame. Let's go to 2 hours time frame. Anything you want to be doing in gold now, if you want to be trading gold now, you need to be buying gold. Don't sell. If you sell, you're at your own risk. So this is first liquidity taking. The liquidity has been taken already, and price moved all the way down to enter this other block, and then was the shot up. Now with the pullback continuation. So what we're expecting is that we're expecting price to take out this high, give us a good clear break of structure again. Then our next PI is going to be from here. This other block is going to be our next PI. Now there's a liquidity sitting on top of the other block. So, but let's see what price action is going to show us. Then from there, we are going to know what we are going to work with, So, if you observe, for now, if we see price moving downwards like this, this zone is invalid though. This zone is going to be valid when there is a break of structure from this high. Take note. Maybe Monday market now might just open and we might see maybe a drop from here, from gold. This zone is not valid. If you are seeing this drop coming down, where this zone is going to be valid is when there is a break of structure from this high. If there's no break from here, then this zone is invalid. So take note. So I will be expecting price to rally up, break, then pull back to this area. Then before we are going to expect maybe a change of character again, before we are going to buy off. So let's just be active. Let's be active. So which market? Let's BTC for now. BTC is just tanking up. I don't know what BTC is doing though. This is just tanking up. Let's go to 4 hours time frame. Let me go to daily. You see, this is just moving up. So for now, we just have to keep buying. But any buy you want to be buying for now, it has to be short term. It's not long again, because if you want to trade the long term of the buy, you're supposed to catch it from this area. So, but so far you're seeing price around on top of this buy side liquidity here. It is very, very risky to buy from this zone. So we are just going to be expecting a pullback down to this area again before we are going to expect the run. So for now, I'm not trading BTC. I'm just looking at BTC for now. But if at all I want to trade it, I will have to wait for price to take out this area very well. Then maybe for the sell, for the retracement, we are going to wait for a good change of character. Then from there, we are going to trade the sell down to this area before we're going to buy again. So, but let's see what price action is going to show us in the future. You know, but for now, I'm not trading BTC. I'm just observing the market structure. You know, so let's which other pair again? Okay, let's go to GP. Let's go to JPY pair, Japanese yen. Let's go to GBP, JPY, GBP, JPY. Now for GBP, JPY, first of all, this liquidity has been taken here. This liquidity has been taken here. So we might see. So we might continue just seeing push up, break of structure. So break of structure. So this liquidity has been taken. So we might just keep seeing push up. But for now, I'm not trading GBP, JPY. Before I will take any setup from all these JPY pairs, I will need the clarity. I will need good clarity first, validation from the market structure. We are not just here just want to trade. No. And it's not compulsory that you must trade the whole pair. But if you see a good setup from the market structure, which is the trending market, you need to go with it. So now before I'm going to trade GBP, JPY and USD JPY, I will enter the USD JPY structure just now. But before I'm going to trade GBP, JPY, I'm going to wait for a good clarity first. So let's see what price we do. If price is going to keep tanking up to take out this buy side liquidity, this break of structure, then before decision will not be made. So by that time, I will not be expecting a pullback down to this area and continue the move. But for now, I'm not trading GBP, JPY. I'm not trading GBP, JPY for now. I will just be observing the structure. I was expecting to buy again from this zone around this area here. To buy from here. But I don't know what it's doing now. But let's see. But if maybe we now see a move here like this and tap here and price now keeps falling, then we are going to wait for a pullback again to sell again from here. Because anything that makes price sell from this place to break out this low, this is the nearest low that price is going to react from after stripping this small liquidity that we are seeing here. Do you understand? Now let me break it down. Now come here. Now let me break it down for you to understand. Now if maybe we see structure moving like this and tap into this other block and sell off from here to take out this break of structure that we are seeing here, then we are going to wait for a pullback to sell again from here, because this area will now be the next area that price is going to react from there before we are going to buy off again. The trend is still a bullish trend though. It's still a bullish trend, don't forget. Before we're going to confirm the sell is when price takes out this low. Then we are going to see what price action is going to show us. From there we are going to know what we are going to trade. But for now, if we see a move like this, moving like this, and price tap into this other block and break this break of structure here, the pullback, we are going to be expecting price to tap around this area again before we're going to sell off to this area before we are going to buy for the longer run. I don't know if you understand, because there's a liquidity here that price needs to take out. That's if price is going to obey the structure. That's if. So if and only if, take note, if price is going to obey this other block from here, which is selling up to this place, price needs to take out this liquidity and tap here before we are going to buy. So you need to be very, very observant. Let's see what price action is going to show us. That's when we now know what we will now have to trade. So but for now, we might just see a moving like this to sweep all of this. I keep buying like this. It is what it is. So once we have a good clear break of structure from this side, then we are going to wait for price to pull back here. Therefore, we're going to keep buying. So that's what I'm anticipating. So for now, I'm not trading GBP. I'm not trading GBP for now. I'm just observing the structure because I need clarity on this trade before I can trade anything. So let's go to USD JPY. Now for USD JPY, if you see now, I've always been anticipating to buy from this low. From this low. To buy from this low. Mommy, happy Sunday. That they come. So now, if you see now, there was a break of structure from here. Break from here. Another break from here. Another break from here. Now this liquidity here has been taken already. This liquidity has been taken already. This is liquidity. Has been taken already. So now, why I'm still having that conviction that okay, yes, price is still going to fall down. This liquidity that we are seeing that price grabbed here, price is still leaving this week. Mind you, this is daily time frame. USD JPY. Daily time frame. This is daily time frame. Now price is leaving this week here, which is saying anyway you are seeing week in the chart, is saying that okay, yes, a lot of liquidity is investing there. This is more like a trap. So we must see a move that JPY, or no, this is USD JPY. We must see that USD JPY will just move like this and maybe sell off down to around this area because there is a sweet order block here. If ever look at order block that has not been mitigated, even here, before we are going to expect a change of character, before we are going to take off our buys. We don't know. This is one side, so that's why I'm saying that on this JPY page I need clarity first before I want to take anything up. So this is one side, or we might just see that price might just keep tanking up to take out this buy side liquidity, takes out this buy side liquidity again and just keep buying. They'll know that okay, yes, for now this our zone here is not invalid. So once you see this break from this high, maybe price just keep buying, take this high, take this high, there's not a break of structure, so we know that okay, yes, this our zone is not invalid for now, so we just forget about this one. Our next PY will now be around this area. So what we're not going to be expecting, we're going to be expecting a pullback down to this area first before we're going to buy off again. So but let's see what price action is going to do first. That is when we are going to trade. You don't just jump into trade like that. This is the candlestick, this is what we are trading. We are VT traders. Let's observe for what they are doing, what they show us. That's what we are going to work with. We already understand structure. So that is just it. So that's why I'm saying in this space for now, we need clarity first before we can trade them. So you need to be very, very smart and be observant, you know. So that's why for now I'm not trading this JPY pairs for now, because what they are doing, if you observe what price has been doing now around this area now, they have been accumulating a lot of buyers and sellers. They accumulate them. See what happened? There was a manipulation, and now this is distribution. So we might see that price distribute downwards to sweep this low, tap here before we're going to buy. But I'll be very happy if we see that price keeps falling, or the JPY keeps falling to this area. Then I'll be very glad to buy from this area. I'm telling you guys. So well, let's see what will happen. Let's see. So which other pair are we going to look again? Let's see USD card. USD card. Okay, for USD card, as you can see, USD card is kind of clear. So break. There's another break again from here. So this is the low that we're going to be watching out for we're going to buy. This is the low that we're going to be watching out for we're going to buy. So here now turns liquidity. Here turns liquidity. So all these markets I'm analyzing, especially these ones that you are seeing, all these ones they are for the longer term. All these ones they might not play out now, maybe later in the future. But the ones that are going to play out now, before I show you that one, but let me show you this analysis first. So here now turns liquidity. So there was a small external break of structure from here. So here now turns liquidity. So we're going to expect price to shoot down all the way from this area before we're going to buy off again. But price cannot just keep falling like this. It's very, very, I'm not sure. So what I'm going to be expecting is that for now, I'm going to be expecting is that let's go to forward. For now, these sellers, they are weak. So there's a break of structure from here. I'm not trading this pair. Now, this is the first liquidity that price needs to grab. This is the first liquidity that price needs to grab. Then this is the area that we're going to be watching out for. Before we are going to buy USD card again. So it's going to be like this. We're going to expect a move down to this area like this. Give us a good clear change of character. So before we are going to buy. The after price, we do this. Therefore, we're going to expect a sell down to start shipping this and all of that. But for the shorter term, this coming week, this is what we're going to be expecting. So let's go to 1 hour time frame. Let me be very sure. So you need to be very, very smart. Though, let me not lie, this other block is a bad other block to buy from. Let's go to 15 minutes. You see, it's really a bad other block to buy from because there's no fair value gap around here. It's a bad other block to buy from, so that's why I'm not taking the trade. So let's go to 1 hour. But this is what might possibly happen. Oh Jesus, English now war. What? So this is what is going to happen. This is what might happen, you know, because price is not just supposed to just be falling all the way like this from here and be moving just to sweep this low like this, according to market structure. So we might see that okay, price just comes, sweep this liquidity, tap here and move. So why this other block is still one way valid? Because it's the liquidity sitting on top of the other block. So it's still kind of in the way still valid. But in another way that is not still valid, there's no fair value gap around the other block. So we might see maybe price just keep tanking and hitting stop loss, tap here and just keep going, give us a change of character, and then from there we'll start waiting to sell. Or we might see a move that price is going to come to this area and buy from here. That's why I'm always telling you to always wait for change of character first before you're going to take your trade. Don't just have the mentality that okay, yes, as you are seeing that okay, there's liquidity on top of the other block, you're just going to set limits and execute from here. No. Why? You are not going to set limit on this trade because this other block here, there's no fair value gap here. Even if liquidity is sitting on top of it, there's no fair value gap around this other block. So don't set any limit yet. Wait for a change of character first in lower time frame because we're in 1 hour time frame now USD card. So wait for change of character first in lower time frame, about 15 minutes, 30 minutes, or I don't know, 45 minutes. Wait for a good change of character first around there before you execute back. Don't just set limit here. If you set limit here, you're at your own risk. Because there's every possible miss that price might just come, sweep you, break this low to give us a change of character, and wait for the pullback and we'll continue this here. Or price will just get to this place, give a change of character after sweeping this liquidity, then we'll enter from the change of character. So you need to wait for a confirmation first before you take any trade. Be smart. Let's know what we are doing. So that's my PUI for this for now. I think shadow market now. Shadow market. I think this is all for now. So let's see how this week is going to be. So I wish you guys the best. I wish you guys the best of luck, and I wish you guys the big pips. Big pips this week. Any pips that we're going to catch. Let's be active and let's see how far it's going to be. So I wish you guys good luck. Let's be smart. Let's stay alert. Let's observe price action before we're going to take any entries. So see you guys at the top. I love you guys so much. Do it to like, share, comment, and engage. If you find this video very helpful, share it to your friends. And if you're not in my Telegram group, the link is in this description of this video. So join my Telegram for trading ideas. So we need to learn a lot for trading ideas, signals, and all of that. So let's see how this is going to be. And if you have not used my broker, BlackBull Markets, the link is still in this description of this video. So just use my link. I register my BlackBull, register my broker. So after registering, I'm going to just send me a DM. I'm going to activate a bonus for you. So any money you register with your capital, we're going to give it back to you times 2 to activate your bonus. So all of this money will be in your account for you to trade. So once you use the link, send me a DM. I'm going to activate a bonus for you. Then we're going to start from there. So I love you guys so much. See you guys at the top, man. I got you guys. Let's be active and let's stand by and let's watch what these big players are going to do this week. then we swing and we trade with them. So see you guys at the top, man. I love you guys so much. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and engage. Don't forget, and if you're not subscribed, subscribe to my YouTube channel. Always turn on your post notification in case I drop updates. You need to be alerted and you need to be active. You know what time it is. See you guys at the top, man. One love. Peace out, man. Chee!